Growing up, I didn't grow up in a Christian community, family, anything like that. I never knew God. I just thought he was not real. I started going down a bad path in high school. Yeah, I started partying and drinking, and I never really thought anything of it. I kept it from my parents. It was just something fun. I would use that as my way to cope with all my problems. I was just completely oblivious. I didn't see an issue with it. I just thought it was a normal thing for high school students to do. I got diagnosed with depression beginning of 2020. I really was just completely alone, and I just felt like everything that I valued just didn't matter to me anymore. My morals just went away. I wouldn't take care of myself. I wouldn't shower for days at a time. My room, I lived in filth. I wasn't doing anything to take care of myself. And the worst thing was I started feeling really suicidal. I had a plan and everything. Did not want to be here. Didn't see anything going for me. And so I decided I wanted to take my life because I had completely given up. There was nothing going for me. I made a bad decision that night, and next thing you know, I was in the emergency room doing all these tests, figuring it out, and the next morning I got transferred into a mental health facility. Even though I was in the hospital for so long, I didn't feel like I was where I could be, and I felt there was no way for me to get out of how I was feeling. Really started to hate myself again, and just never felt like I could really express how I was feeling, and I was always nervous to tell my friends. I didn't want to scare them. I didn't want to make them worry about me. I just kept everything internally. Just was so lost. I didn't know what the next step should be. I sat down with some old friends, and they kind of were asking me if they could pray for me, and everything that they prayed over me about was as if they knew every little detail of what happened. And so even though physically they weren't with me the past 4 years, God was with me, and I think God was speaking through them to me. That was my answer right there. A friend invited me to one of the Plum Creek youth services, and it was the first time I had ever really heard about God. I knew that the next step for finding God was to actually giving my life to God. And so that same night, my friend and I just said that prayer. I decided to give my life to God. Just felt so safe and so happy to finally have that undying love no matter what. I started going to the youth services every Sunday night. I really started to feel a community of people who all love this God. I decided to get baptized. I felt when I came back up from the water that I was a new person. I'm okay, I have God by my side now. And before Christ, I had no plans for my future. I felt like I had no path to go down. I wasn't driven, I wasn't excited to do things. But after I found Christ, I was filling my cup up with God, and it made me feel so good. I never thought I would be where I'm at right now. This is kind of who I've always wanted to become, and I want to go out and tell people about God because God really changed my life. I know what it's like to feel alone, and reaching out was the hardest thing for me to do. Come to church. There'll be a night, or there'll be a service or a prayer. You'll hear something that really touches your heart. No matter what, you're not alone. Even if you feel like you're in your darkest moment ever, God is still there, and God will help you get through it.